Hey you guys, welcome back to Southern Latitudes. I'm Robin, and today's video is going to be about the salsa garden and getting those paprika peppers in. I also got a whole bunch, the bugs are getting me, a whole bunch of the calendula and the portulaca flowers in. And I was trying to do it and beat the rain, but I did it in segments. So I'm going to show you the first clip, which was on May 14th, where I got half of the paprika peppers in. And so we'll go with that first. Okay, watch that. Okay, here they are. I did not separate the twins. There's like usually two per pot. There's one that has a tiny twin, but I didn't separate them. These are Hungarian spiced paprika, which are already blooming. It's crazy, but I didn't get out here very fast, and now I feel bad. But we had about 3/4 of an inch of rain last night for the first time in I don't know when, and then we had more on the way. So there's no time like the present to start weeding. Look at Buddy. He's like, oh yeah, now I can lay in here again. And then I gotta lay the drip line back down. I just moved it because I did peel this back and till, but I forgot to put that on the camera. And I just kind of hand-picked some of this in here to make it more obvious what were keeper plants and what was weeds. Had to make oh, that's Waffles, that's my grand dog. I had to make a walk through here, and there's a walk through there. Anyhow, yes, so next I gotta get just the regular paprika plants in, and they are also going to bloom. Oh, it's crazy. So I think they're gonna probably go in here and somewhere, I don't know. I'm gonna go in and have a drink and some food, but I got the first set of peppers in. Okay, so that was the first half of paprika peppers. Well, my next couple days had gotten really busy, and I did Wickles pickles in the house, which I did not make a video on that, but I have an old video of that. And then the next day I still had 2 more tubs and of sliced cucumbers, and I thought, what can I do? I needed to make relish, and then I decided to surprise Jack with some chow chow. So I did a lot of chopping. I have this little chopping machine. You just slam it with your arm, and I did a lot of force on my arm. Well, then the next day was a big family day. Everybody took off of work, and the guys, you know, and they ended up. We all went to SeaWorld, I should say, and that was great. And I felt fine. And you know, I just rode a couple coasters, and then held the grandbabies, and went to bed that night tired. Slept real good. The next day I got in here and I finished out the rest of the weeding. Of course, it doesn't look like it already again because it's already been a week since that. But on the 18th, that Saturday, a week ago from yesterday, or from today, I came in and finished out all the rest of the peppers, the calendula, the portulaca over there in the front side, which are unfortunately not in bloom right now. They love to bloom in the morning, and we just got finished with some really bad thunderstorms, and just south of me they had hail. So unfortunately I can't show it to you at this moment, but I'll show it to you as soon as I can. So anyhow, finished all that. I even got the tiller out. I tilled and tilled. It was great. I went on up to the airport. Jack was doing some work on something and some paperwork, and I went to visit my friend Liz, and next thing I know, shoulder is kind of not feeling really good. And you know what? Life happens. And sometimes sometimes you can't get all your gardening done in a day. I really am envious, and I'm not sure it's even a realistic goal, especially if you garden as much as, some people, oh my goodness, you guys have acreage and you set really big gardens, farm gardens. And then some others have raised beds, some others can do, physical limitations, but they still garden, and some of you are raising your children and still garden and things like that. So, be kind. It's not a perfect world. We have imperfections. We're just imperfect people, and then life gets busy in the way. Physical challenges like me just happened, and so give yourself grace, be kind to yourself, acknowledge that not every year is going to be a beautiful banner year. Some years you're going to get your peppers in months late. Sometimes your tomatoes are just going to do so. I've dealt with so much blossom end rot on especially the paste tomatoes this year. I haven't even got around to talking to you guys about it. It's been a busy month, and I've got company. That's the other thing. It's summer, end of school year. People love to come visit and stuff. So seriously, I just want you guys to be kind to yourselves. I have a really good friend who has a channel called Wild Floridian, and well, I've never met her in person, but her and I really enjoy each other's channels. And Jacqueline is a great person and gardener, and she has so much knowledge on native plants and gardening. And she was talking about the list and things to do, and you can plant in June. And already I was just like feeling like such a failure because I spent 5 days with a totally immobile arm, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. This garden is just, and I was looking at a potential rip, a potential rotator cuff injury. I was looking at potential, I'm still looking at potential physical therapy through the summer. And I thought, all right, sometimes life just deals you a bad blow. And, so that's what happens. And then you just have to say, I'm not gardening in 100-degree heat, even if you feel perfectly fine. So anyhow, I'm, as you can see, I'm moving my arm. And I can't remember if I tell you that in the next video or two. I'm having to add this intro and outro because I totally had video of me doing the garden, but no real talking before after it. I didn't close it out. But I did, strangely enough, I did a video called Note to Self a couple of videos ago. And that was where I put things, because I really didn't know if I would remember where I put all the flowers and stuff. But anyhow, I just wanted to let you guys know, be kind to yourselves. It's summer. If you don't feel like gardening in the summer, don't do it. If you feel like vacationing, go to Italy, go to England, do it. Go on a cruise, do it. Enjoy the theme parks, do it. Enjoy the air conditioning, maybe marathon TV, do it. Get in the pool, do it. Go to the beach, do it. If you want to just hang out and wait until, August, September, October for gardening, do it. Give yourself a break. It looks like it might be a really bad hurricane season. What is Buddy eating? And, so it's possible we may have some hiccups and delays. I like to start seeds in August, sometimes the very end of July from my onion seeds. I may be bringing a bunch of trays in the house with me for hurricane season, So anyhow, all that to say, I finally got everything done. Let's see, what kind of pepper? These were also Hungarian paprika, but these were the Magyar peppers. The flowers went in here. I had almost 100% Blue Victory salvia germination, and then I left them in the tray so long, I think I only had about 20% of them actually make it to the ground. Sadly, that was all gardener error. There's the calendula. I just found out that calendula don't like our summers. They're more like, calendula is more like a winter flower, So some of this experimentation has worked out beautifully, like the artichokes, my watermelon. There's all sorts of new things. I haven't ever done this type of paprika pepper. There's all sorts of new things, and I have way more cherry tomatoes this year than I've had in the past couple of years. I've got fruit trees going that I haven't had in a while. But anyhow, so some things will definitely do well, sometimes they won't. Sometimes the temperature's just perfect for your tomatoes, sometimes it isn't. So the shade cloth is not really helping for the tomatoes, because a lot of that is temperature dependent, and not some of it, the sun or the shade helps in getting the sun off the plants, but really those blooms just drop with a certain temperature. But the peppers, let me show you these cubanelles. Look at the size of these cubanelles. Absolutely gorgeous. They're loving the shade cloth. And that's why we kind of put it in, was really for the pepper season. I don't know what this pepper is. It's not behaving like the other pepper. So I think I got a stray seed in my seed packet. I can't even remember what's in this section, which variety was on that second row. I know I have the California Wonders in here. And some of those are doing really good. I've eaten a bunch. Oh, there's one. See, beautiful, isn't it? And but we've been eating them. And eggplant's been eating those. So, it's not good to cry over your weeds. It's not good if you don't cry over losses of plants, seedlings, whatever. It happens. Oh, I should preach to myself, because wait till you see the next video what the squirrels did to my peaches. But, I don't know if you remember this, but it was just only like a couple months ago that my onions, I was telling you guys in like March, April, my onions had completely failed in the house garden. And it was extremely disappointing. I did everything right by the books, and thank you so much. I think the lady's name was Claire. She's a watcher, or at least she watched the video on how to do onions. She had a fabulous crop, her first time ever, and she thanked me in a comment below one of the videos. And she said, "I'm sorry you didn't get like the onion crop you wanted, but you taught me everything, and I got tons of onions." And I was like, okay, it's still worth it, right? It just wasn't my year for onions. And you know, we were busy doing other things like coop build and take down another coop. And, you know, I don't know, maybe I just did something wrong. Maybe I just never did anything wrong. But we ripped out that garden, the garden of failure. And the reset hasn't been that old. I left the dates in the house. They're on a 3x5 card. Okay, I'll put it down below here. But you know, these were starts I think were February. We transplanted in March, excuse me. And look, turn your failures into something very fruitful. Look at the sugar baby watermelon here. It's amazingly huge. Here's another one. I've got, let's see, I gotta be careful not to step on the vines. Look at this one. This is huge. This is a sugar baby personal watermelon. I don't know that it's supposed to be this big, but it responded really well to the garden hose. And then the rains came, and look at it. That sounds right. You know, I've got roselle already blooming, and I could harvest that and make some tea tonight. You know, I've got more tomatoes in here. I've got the apple melon now. Oh, some bugs got into that. But what are we going to tell ourselves? Don't cry over it, okay? Be kind and gentle to yourself. It's not you. The plants totally failed you. No, it's not you. The bugs got after them. I'm thinking I'm close to 100% done with the apple melon vine. You know, it is what it was. But look what came in and replaced it. The scarlet runner bean. And it's just gorgeous. We had amazing tomatoes. The chickens, my chickens coop, the old area over there, I'll do another video another day, totally loaded with tomatoes and tomatillos. We had the fantastic sunflowers over there. This was a transplant. This was in with my stevia, and now it's like, is it like 8x6? It's huge. I think this is probably Everglades, or I don't know. You know what? I haven't even looked to see if they're red yet. I know it's a cherry tomato plant. I know that much. The pink Sunday salvia looks like a cottage garden every time I look out my window. These tomatillos, these I transplanted just so they wouldn't get crushed when we did the chicken coop. You know, don't be negative. Don't be sad on things, because look, there's really good things around us. I planted a whole row of beets, and guess what? The beets didn't take, right? Except for this one seed. I have one beet growing at the last weekend of May, and it's still growing, and I'm just going to leave it there. It has plenty of shade cover all around it. I'm so excited for that. In fact, I'm pretty excited because these will be the first watermelon that I have homegrown that will be big and that we've gotten to eat, because we tried it sugar babies 4 years ago, I think it was, and we got like 1.5, and they were small and they were kind of not perfectly ripe. It wasn't great. But this year, I think we got at least 7 of them. We had one shrink up. I think we got another one coming, another through the fence. Maybe up to 8 sugar baby watermelons still going. Not a bit of bug pressure. They are loving the rain. And I'm going to totally eat one. Like maybe tomorrow. Like for Memorial Day weekend. So you guys, that's it. I just wanted to share with you. Don't become, you know, hard on yourself, depressed or whatever because things fail in your garden. Just pick up, what's that, like you pick up, you know, pick yourself up off the floor. No, that's not right either. I'm terrible, very terrible with cliches. Pick yourself up, get it done. Find something else to plant. Find what works. Find the variety that works. Find something else in season. There's always something in season in Florida. Just clear the ground and move on. Because something might work. And then you might end up with like 42 pounds of sweet potatoes, or 18 butternut squash, or watermelon, or whatever. You never know. Just keep trying. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.